Where's the damn game? I didn't even change anything. Or did I? No. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. Because I had to power down and power up. So, we need to do the properties. Yeah, and it's flagged red, yeah. We gotta do the source again. Here we go. There we go. You just woke up. I've been yelling at you for an hour to wake up because I thought you were dead. Oh, boy. Oh, you're so sleepy, baby. Oh, sleepy, baby. Oh, baby, hello. Take a nap, baby. What I did is I had, we got a dedicated stick and a string, or a string and a stick, and I ran her back and forth across the house. Ran her back and forth across the house. Tried to get her sister in on it too, because it was his sister's birthday today, or yesterday now. And that didn't work out so well. But, you know, I got the little one, and we were running back and forth, running back and forth, running back and forth. It was mostly the stick doing the work, if I'm being honest. Hence why I'm still standing, and she's the one that passed out. But she passed out, and she was laying on her side like it was a hot summer day, and the AC broke. And she's got her tummy in the air, and her paws on the side, like, oh my god, I can't even. Completely just laid out across the floor, just trying to cool off, and just like, oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh, I just need a break. And she's been there for about a half an hour, like, and she was breathing, I did check. But I was like, hey honey, Angel, and she was dead out. And as soon as I start streaming, awake, walking around, licking my hand, you know. Yes, you silly goose. Every time we start to stream, the babies come awake and cause the hell. Hello. How's your little face? Did you have a good time running around today, baby? You were very mean to your sister today on her birthday, though. That wasn't nice at all. Yeah, that wasn't nice. You were mean to your sister. Thank you for the kisses, though. Hello, thank you. Hello and thank you. So nice giving me kisses. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll take it off. I'll take it off. Here, here. You're gonna be holding still for a little while anyway, so we'll take your collar off for a few minutes. There you go. Is that better? There you go, honey. I know, you all, you both hate wearing your collars, but it's just in case something happens, like bad things, you know? It's for your protection. That's why when I leave the house I carry my driver's license, just in case I'm arrested and beaten to death by racist cops. So they know whose corpse it is to let my family know someday. Yeah. Assuming the cops ever even bother to let anyone know that it happened. Hey, cab. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, yeah, we were just in the sound levels, right. And then the kitten jumped up. Okay. I have a little bit more on my tea, and we'll get right back to it. As you can see, we haven't moved since yesterday. And that's, oh, and thank you, Necro, for the follow. I'm not sure when that happened. If that happened during stream and I missed it, I apologize. Bada-bada-bump. Alright, so we got the angel girl. The monsters broke my wings, which is morbid. I didn't kill her. Didn't beat her up. Just broke her wings because they were jerks. I did not load the map to get back down. We're over-leveled, it's fine. Z for Zenithian. Lucia is Zenithian. She is a Zenithian angel. They broke my wings. Will you escort me back to Zenithia? Yes. Ooh, these are new. Not nearly as pretty as the original ones, though. I feel like the levels are pretty good. You can probably hear me pretty well over the music. Because it looks like we're on two different levels of sound. Our averages are pretty different, which is good. And I'm not redlining like I was. I feel bad. I was probably like that for like 8 or 9 streams and I didn't notice it. That's my fault. I'm new, I'm bad at this. Don't worry, I won't be around long. Hopefully all this COVID nonsense ends and I can just open my business and everything will be fine. Let's see. I'm poisoned. We still don't have anyone that can cast Antidote. Briscoe is the only one. Briscoe in a can is the only one that can cast Antidote, and Lucy won't let me use her spells, so Elena's just gonna have to tough it out. This is awful. And you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna outside. I don't need to be here. There we go. There you go. Let's see. All we need to do... And is it directly east from here? No, we're too far north. I think. I can't use the map while I'm in the air either, so I kind of have to bumble a little. Okay, let's try east of here. It's out in the middle of the ocean. No. I feel like we're close. Bumbling over the ocean. Yeah, and if I go to use any command, it's you can't land here, yeah. It's not the sunken continent. We're aiming for Goathead Island or whatever it is. This is... okay, too far west. I think. Powerful. Get me. Ooh. Oh, that was a doubler. It's gotta be out here somewhere, come on. I had a glass of wine and a hot cup of tea, so... feeling pretty toasty. I'm being honest. Damn, nothing. Now we're back down here. Alright, let's try this again. How much tea? I got some tea left. You made it. It's the Dark Continent. The evil world. Although I have to say, in the NES version, it looks like anywhere else. But in the DS... in the DS remakes, it's like darker and has more like... dark auburns and purples to really let you know, like, you've entered the dark world. I think. Now that I think about it. God, my memory's terrible. And I know that, I started stream today, and I had some, things I wanted to rant about, but... I honestly don't remember. Ooh, a ferocial. Socially ferocious? I had some things I wanted to rant about, but I can't quite... oh, no. Wait, no. I remember what one of them was. People jokingly calling their pets stupid online. Like, oh, this cat, look at how dumb this cat is. Like, that's not good. Like, would you say that about your actual child? Like, look at how stupid my kid is. And I don't like it, and it's not okay. Not a bit. And do it and I'll report you. They are your responsibility, just like a child is your responsibility. The advantage is you don't have to send a pet to college. You do still have to pay for, like, health care and all those other things. But you're not sending a pet to college, I get that. We're bumbling around till I figure out where we have to go. You don't have to send a pet to college, and I get that, but you still have to feed it, you still have to care for it, you still have to provide it shelter, otherwise it's animal abuse. You need to treat it well. You need to, you know, respect that it's an independent, living, beautiful soul. And, like, for you to go online and, like, I did this for my stupid fucking cat, can you believe it? It's like, that's offensive to me. Like, this is your precious baby, your precious child, in one tweet, and then in the next tweet, this stupid fucking cat, stupid fucking dog, can you believe this stupid fucking hamster? Man, this stupid fucking hamster. Like, what the hell is wrong with people? Really makes me mad. You either love your animal or you don't. Which one is it? Because that's abusive language, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Like, if you went in line and showed a video of, say, like, your significant other doing something silly and dumb, that they didn't know better, because, like, they were ignorant of the situation, like a child, which is fine. Not everyone knows everything. And then you put that video online and said, hey, look at my stupid fucking kid, look at my stupid fucking spouse. You mean to tell me that's not abusive? Especially, like, just on terms, let alone the fact that if your significant other finds out about it. And yes, I am making significant equations on this. And I do find it offensive when people are that demeaning and shitty toward their animals. Because that's not too far from actually abusing your animals. So no, don't post your silly videos online and then call your dog stupid. Now bear in mind, I don't like dogs at all. But that doesn't mean abuse is okay. So when you're gonna get online and post a photo or a video of like, I did this and a fucking stupid dog doesn't appreciate it, like, no, it's a child. It has the mind of a child. It doesn't understand yet. It has to learn. That doesn't mean your pet's stupid, but it does mean you're an asshole. This video will not be for children, just like the rest. Probably going the wrong way. I think the town is to the east of the mountains, we just have to get around. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played this game. And then I played the DS version, and the maps seem pretty consistent. It's the dungeons that feel different. Ooh! How is... Yeah, Elena's fine. She's got 314 out of 400 plus. Yeah, screw it. Whatever happens, happens. Miss. Fire main on us. Oh, look at my stupid dog. Self. Okay, we found some sort of tower. We didn't find, a town. But with Dragon Quest at this point, I'm mixing my underworlds. It's entirely possible I should have gone north. I don't know. I need to bring her to... do we have the whole party? Because I'm gonna... Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah. Because I'm gonna need Zenithian nonsense to get up anyway. Is this the tower? Oh, it is the tower. Alright, so we have to bring her back to her home. But I don't know if there's a tower here, or if there's a town here either, or if it's just the Zenithian Tower, or the final area thing. It's like, I'm sorry, if someone's gonna call their cat stupid and ungrateful, it's like, no. Cats are very used to routine. Dogs are very used to routine. Any prey animal is very used to, humans, very used to routine. And when you threaten that routine or you disrupt that routine, you're going to cause stress in the animal or person. Being completely honest here, very similar brains about certain things. And if you stress them, they will become upset. So, like, if your attitude is love-hate with your animal, like, earlier today, because it's New Cat's birthday, I was trying to give New Cat a little piece of chicken, because we had chicken for dinner. Trying to give New Cat a small piece of chicken, because it's her birthday. And Road Cat came running up because she's incredibly aggressive and incredibly possessive of me. Whatever. So if I have something, it must be for everybody. And it's true, I was going to give her a piece of chicken too, so it's fair. But I wanted to give New Cat the piece of chicken first, so she knew that she took precedent. That's how cat brains work. It's how most brains work. So I was going to give, because it's her birthday. And I know she doesn't know what that means. But I was going to give her the piece of chicken first. And then Road Cat comes running up and chases her off, and you know, New Cat goes halfway up the stairs. And I say to Road Cat, no, that's not nice. You be nice to your sister. But my voice was raised. And it actually brought something out of New Cat from who knows when. Because I don't know what her previous situation was. Now, bear in mind, I wasn't screaming, I wasn't shouting or yelling, but I was stern. But that was all it took. New Cat was gone. So I'm very, very, very curious to know what New Cat's living environment was before they dumped her off at a shelter. Because it really seems like she was negatively impacted by her experience. That bothers me. Animal abuse in general really freaking bothers me. So when somebody gets online and says, hey, look at this stupid cat, even if they're talking about their own animal, like, now I want to punch you in the neck. Because if you're not going to show an animal respect, how am I going to expect you to be able to show another human being respect if you can't even respect the animal that you chose to take care of? I don't care if you had it since you were 13. I don't care if it's a 17-year-old cat, you know, living your life in Sacramento. It fucking bothers me that you're going to go online and call your cat stupid. That's not okay. I would never go online and call my child stupid. I would never go online and call my baby cats, my babies, I would never go online and call them stupid. So where do you think you get off being that rude and disrespectful to something whose life you hold in your very hands? Is this somehow like, oh, it makes up for the fact she wakes you up at 3 a.m.? Go fuck yourself, it's a cat. Sometimes cats wake you up at 3 a.m. because they're scared and lonely, you insensitive prick. Because they're a colony animal and they're looking to you for protection. So if they wake you up at 3 a.m., whether it's knocking a vase off a ledge, or whether it's desperately begging you to wake up because they think you're dead, because they don't know better, then yeah, it's a little bit inconvenient, but it means they fucking care. And so you got a senior cat, so you bought it steps. That's charming, that's a step in the right direction. LOL. But then you jam those stairs against your bed, so the cat can't use them to get up. Think of the dimensions of a cat real hard, and how much room an elderly cat is going to need to make that jump. So when you push those pet stairs that only reach halfway up the bed, all the way against the bed, the cat no longer has enough vertical forward space to make the jump. Also, the whole reason you got these steps was so the animal didn't have to jump, right? But no, your cat's stupid because it doesn't know how to use stairs. We need to sit back and really evaluate who's stupid in this situation. Because I doubt it's the cat. And according to the microphone, I didn't peek out during that entire angry rant, so we're good. I needed to test the microphone. It just so happens a friend really pissed me off today. Like, it's just abuse. It's just abuse. Whether it's a child, whether it's a cat, whether it's a spouse, that's just abuse. You would never go online and call your child stupid. You would never go online and point out your significant other's faults and call them stupid. Oh, look at my idiot cat. Don't ever use negative misnomers, even playfully, when you're in a public forum talking about something that you have responsibility over, whether it's a significant other, an elder you're caring for, someone in a relationship, your friends, your children, your fur babies. Don't do it. It makes you look like a scumbag. You might be joking, but to the world, you look like a scumbag. Or, worst case scenario, it proves you actually are a bad caretaker. Don't do it. Because frankly, if you're that shitty to your pets, maybe I don't want nothing to do with you. Look at my stupid cat. Fair. I should have gone the long way and not the short way. Hey, baby. It was your birthday today. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. My little baby. Come here, baby. Come here. Hi, honey. Hello, baby. Did you have a good birthday, baby? Ah, you see, but she's digging up the carpet, but I'm not screaming at her because I'm not a jerk. She's a cat. They dig up carpets. That's an understanding that I had when I adopted a cat. Big brain! My baby. Hi. What's your sweet face? Hello, baby. You're so pretty. Why, you have your own Instagram. Yes, you do. Come here. Come here, baby. I love you, baby. Hello, baby. Hello. Did I wake you up because I was yelling? I'm sorry, honey. Probably woke up the whole fucking house as I was yelling. Well, not the kitten. The kitten slept through everything. Not the cat food tin opening though. When she hears the pop top on a anything, it could be a can of beans. You hit the pop top on a can of beans. This kitten will wake up and come running. And she has an odd fascination with ice dispensers on the fridge too. When you put the thing in, when you put a cup in, and it goes rah rah rah, and it starts spitting out the ice. I don't know why. She has this amazing curiosity about it, and I've shown it to her. You know, it hasn't stopped the fascination. I think she's just fascinated by the sound and the movement and all those other wonderful fun things. But she's a naturally curious kitten, so what can you do? Now, my poor sweet new cat, on the other hand, I think she came from a not-so-great household, which is unfortunate, because she doesn't like raised voices or loud TVs or loud noises, or if the wind blows, she gets very scared, and I think somebody was really mean to her at some point, and that's not okay. But she's my precious angel, and I'd kill anyone to keep this cat safe. And she's my precious baby. Where'd you go, honey? Are you taking a bath? Okay. Alright, I think we get back to the thing now. She walked in, it's her birthday, I wanted to, you know, give her a few scritches, I apologize. It's an idiot, right, yes. Oh, this is the weird town from the DS version, okay, yeah. Because it's all, like, raised and, like... Yeah, like this. Although it looks different in the other version. For reasons. Hello, miss. Came back to life, was destroyed so by the hero. There's problems, okay. But the next Earthstalker is about... Oh, okay. Alright. Because Sorrow uses the Secret of Evolution to become the next S-Stark. And why S-Stark of all things is the pinnacle of evolution doesn't make sense for me. Unless he's the pinnacle of evolution for monsters? Because he looks like a monster, and his deal is he sleeps and causes damage, or he's awake and wants to destroy everything. So is that like a deeper morality thing on like the nature of monsters in the Dragon Quest series? Or like what exactly are we saying here about monsters if the pinnacle of their evolution, we'll say, is to be something that wants to destroy the entire world? Are we saying that monsters are inherently evil? Very strange. But I tell you what though, we'll know for sure if we encounter him, when we encounter him. In his full Estarkian form, if he has any specific dialogue that says, oh, I need to destroy the world, or if he says something like, I need to destroy humans, or if he says, well, whatever he says really is going to be the defining line along which we can figure out what he is, or what aren't his motivations overall. But we have to get there first, so let me stop talking. Dragon Shield, Sacred Robe. Alright, well, let's go to the videotape. We will go to our... I don't have that open anymore. I had to restart my computer. Something was very weird. But I restarted my computer and it seems okay now. Although for a while, it was just doing the... And this is what makes me nervous. It was Windows is shutting down and it got like to the last step and then never shut down. It just... Windows is shutting down for 5 hours. So I'm like, you know what? Let me risk it. I held down the power button and it booted up like nothing was wrong. So I think somehow its operating system got a little glitchy and didn't commit to closing down even though it had in fact shut everything down. Because whenever I have a power failure or anything like that, it goes to the, oh my god, something went wrong screen. Do you want to start in safe mode? Da 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 da. Because I rarely lose power, but it does happen, and I am familiar with that screen. Let's see. I'm looking for... Okay. F(x-2). Okay, and as I said many times before, at least for this game, I am in fact using a table. I think when we get to 5, because this is 4, so 5 is next, I'm gonna see whether or not we're gonna use the table, and then when 6 comes around, I don't know. I think I really want to play these games, because at this point I kind of have a sense of the routine with some of them, and some of them I played more recently, and I want to try to... Even though I kind of have, like with this one especially, even though I kind of have an idea of what has to happen next, I'm deliberately looking for clues to move on to the next event. But at least for right now, with some things, just because this game is very obtuse about what is or isn't a better thing. And as you can see, I don't have the billions of gold I used to. I do in fact use tables to see whether or not what I'm buying, one, if I can even equip it, and two, because the game doesn't tell you until you've bought it, and two, if it's advantageous, because the game doesn't tell you until you try it on. So you have to buy it and then try it on. And if it doesn't, well, basically if it doesn't fit, you have to return it, but you can't return it for store credit. You have to return it for 75% gold. 75% is better than 50 than it was way back when in Dragon Quest 1, but still, I'm using a table. Alright, let's see what we got here. And, yeah, half hour. Good half hour. Alright, so we have Iron Mask, I know that's out. Dragon Shield, I know that's out. Dragon Mail, I know that's out. Sword Edge Armor is new, though. Sword Edge Armor, Hero Ragnar, and it's only plus 50. Zenithian Armor is plus 70, so... Right now, I'm wearing the Metal Babel Armor for 95. So... and Nara also has the Metal Babel armor, so for the armors, I think we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Yes. Well, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna do... there we go. Squeak around this edge and we're gonna try to see what else we can find while we're at it. Although, it's worth of note that even though we came in here during the daytime, we have nighttime visuals, so maybe that's the Dark World theme they're going for, but for that much effort they could have darkened the overworld. It's a little confusing. Alright, where haven't we been yet? Came up here, we talked to her, we made a left, we spoke to them. Try this. What do we got? A door. And a gentleman. Person sleeping there fell down from the sky. Okay. Yo, we're already bringing back her. You want a trip too? Huh. Well then. Alright, well if you just want to stay here, that's okay. Now, let's look at the sprites real quick. I know one of them's rotated. Okay, so there is a distinction, and there are male and female Zenithians. Sprite-wise, sprite-wise. Because that one's obviously wearing, like, a vest and pants. And this one, the one that's in our party, Lucia, is clearly wearing a sort of a dress. Yeah. Alright. Only hatred drives Necrosaro now. Okay. Unless stop now, you'll evolve into the most horrible being. Okay. I am afraid. With the golden bracelet, the secret of evolution will be even more devastating than before. See, now that's something that's actually interesting. I don't think the golden bracelet was brought up in any other game. Outside of 6, I mean, 7 through whatever we're up to now, I couldn't say. But, like, 1 through 3 and then 3 through 6, golden bracelet's only brought up once. And it's kind of like this, it's a significant plot item that kind of gets passed around throughout this game. But, like, we never explain why gold is an element, or this particular golden bracelet is so damn important to the whole process. Unless it gets back to, like, the alchemy experiments that were mentioned in chapter 3, I think? The twins chapter. Unless it gets back to an alchemy thing, but then any gold would work? Unless this is a special super magical bracelet? I don't know. It feels vague. It feels vague. According to rumors, Necrosaro began using the secret of evolution deep underground. We gotta dig a hole. It's an awful thing. They said the monster called Necrosaro has perfected the secret of evolution. Well, in 4 dialogues, maybe that's why they're all standing there like goofs. In 4 dialogues, we've got our whole remainder of the game arc going. What's this guy got? I'm a prophet. Okay. The prophecy that Esther would come back to life and be destroyed by the hero is true. Okay. Hi, BB. Hello. Here, you want some fresh food, honey? Come here. And as you all know, I have a water bowl, comfy blankie, and a dish up here that if they want to come up and say hi, they are more than welcome to, without necessarily being too violent and disrupting the stream. Because they are cats, and cats are children. And that's not in a bad way. It's just that, you know, this sweet little cat will only be as intelligent as a human 4-year-old, so I can only expect so much. There we go. Here you go, baby. Would you like some food? Here you go. Right here. Do you want a kiss? Come on over. If you want a kiss, come on over. Now's your time. You want a kiss? Come here. I'll kiss your forehead. It's still your birthday. Well, it's not your birthday anymore, but... Actually, the clock stopped at 11:15. It's still your birthday until I wind that clock. Okay. Was true, yes. But I know of no prophecy for the future thereafter. Okay, so... Drugs? Trying to parse what you mean, buddy. Oh, hey. This is an item shop. I like how he yells it. This is an item shop! What would you like to do? What would you like? Let's see. Well... Yeah, the heck with it. Do we have anything to sell, by the way? Let's see, where are we on selling things? Can't sell Zenithian, we need the Sword of Lethargy. We have the Zenithian, so we don't need the Dragon Killer anymore, if I'm correct. Let's check the charts. Go to our tables. Zenithian Sword, plus 65. Dragon Killer, plus 90. What? Dragon Killer is worth more than the Zenithian Sword? What else do I have then? Sword of Lethargy. Shoot, I need the sword to get up the stairs. And I want the Sword of Lethargy because I can put the end boss to sleep. It's part of the speedrun, I believe. So the Dragon Killer's useless? I'm trying to understand. Maybe I should have put the Sword of Lethargy in storage. What else do we have? What else do we have? Let's see what else we have here. Oh, I never used those. Yeah, we have to give them to Nara. Nara has an open slot. Okay. So let's do that. We'll give the Life Force Nuts to Nara, and we'll give all the other stuff she has to anyone else. Doesn't matter. Sphere of Silence. Yeah, just in case. And then we can't touch Lucy's inventory, obviously. Right, so step 1. We have to give these to Nara. Wait, Nara, Mara, NM, right, Nara. Because she's getting slapped around. Her HP is terrible. Nara. It's nuts. And because I've already put 600 hours into the DS version, so I am gonna tweak a little with this version. When I say tweak, I mean, save state. Let's see. Nope. 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 There you go. That wasn't so hard. Now, what has to happen next? These we're just going to give to anyone. Ray's got loads of room. You haven't found too many small metals since either. Or at least I've walked past them. It's entirely possible that they're just out in the world and I just didn't know. Let's see here. Yeah, those I need to keep on her. Her inventory is nice and empty. We're gonna keep that because I think there's gonna be a time is right for that kind of thing. Actually, you know what? She's never used it in battle, ever. Maybe I should keep that on myself for when we do need to use it in battle, i.e. the final battle. I wonder if it'll even work, I don't know. But we could always take a reroll. We're just trying to accomplish a GG. We are not going for a 100% file. I've already done that and that would be crazy. Do it twice. Right, and we can't touch Lucy's. We gotta get rid of Lucy's so we can put Nara back in the party. Yeah, okay. Let's see what else is up. Oh, it's just a staircase. What do we got? Hello, miss. Okay. Okay. Perilous cave on the west side of this island. So there's the tower to the south. Ugh. Metal. Oh, someone found it, but it wasn't me. My inventory is full. Elena has it. Okay. Give it to Loon. Okay, so I don't think the map will work here, at least not the way I would want it to in this particular instance. I think it's going to do a whole world map, as opposed to just this, yes, as opposed to just this locality. And we're actually not even showing up on the world map. We're that little blip on almost a dead center in that open ocean. Like, it'd take too long to explain. It was an analogy to another game, etc., etc. Alright, so... Oh, we should have stayed at the inn. I'm a silly goose. Wait, no, we walked until it got dark, so maybe that's why it was... The hell are these guys? Let's find out. Nope, still dark. Let's walk around a little more. Okay, fully daytime now, right? Okay, so it isn't a dark world, it's just another island. Alright, alright. My mistake, my mistake. I don't recall if it was like that in the DS version, I honestly don't. Might as well just sojourn on off, find the next thing to do. So we should find... There isn't a map for this world, it seems. That's the end of that. Although I know in the grand scheme of things, it looks like a dragon's face. Well, there's the thing. We can't get to the thing. We need a, we need a way to get to a thing. Oh, and there's the balloon. Okay. So, the only thing we can do is the Zenithian Tower right now. Alright, that's fair. And I have a feeling that... yeah, you know what? It's not hurting anybody by trying. Let's try it. First I'm gonna cast Repel, because this is getting irritating. There we go. Now... Back onto the... Ugh. Back onto the balloon, right? And it takes us out of the area. Okay. So that's the only landing point we have on this island. And then we have to walk all the way out, which is fine, but just establishing it for the sake of argument. Do I step guard? It's like 2 HP, right? Yeah, 2 HP, who cares? Now the question's gonna be, if we go in here with only 3 party members, is it gonna count as 3 or 8? Because if I'm gonna lose EXP, Nara needs it, not Mara. Let's see what happens. And I think I have everything, right? I'm wearing the helm. I have the sword in my inventory. I want to say Bray has the armor, or maybe Ragnar has the armor. Let's see. Ah, damn, it is only going to do 4. Shoot, I gotta move my inventory around. Alright, I'm gonna mute, actually. I'm gonna take a short BRB. And we'll be right back. We'll have to do a redo of this inventory since they're only letting 4 of us up and Lucy's taking up one of our slots. Dingus. Actually, I do have to take care of something real quick. I am gonna pop up the BRB. I apologize for the inconvenience. Sorry, I know it's a long one. Give me 1 second. that's probably loud as hell. Hold on. Grabbed my microphone and started adjusting it, because it's part of my headset. I started adjusting it before I even realized that it was still alive, and it probably sounded like on your end. Alright, well... Yes, Boog. Yes. It wasn't a situation, but it was something that needed to be taken care of. So. Anyway, things are fine. Everything's fine. So we need to go back outside, because we have the helmet, we have the shield, we have the sword. We gotta get the armor, so we're gonna swap out the armor for the Sphere of Silence, because I don't think there's a boss in this tower, so... So we need... well, like, we give it to anybody, really. Let's do that. So let's have Ragnar give the... oh, he doesn't have it. Who has it? Helm. Shield. Sword. Who has the armor? Uh-oh. I think we didn't complete something that I thought we did. According to my notes, we have the armor. Did we not get the armor somewhere? Ray has... treasure map. Oh, we might have put it in frickin' storage. Alright, well... well, the bigger question then is, do we have a spell to return here? And this is... I don't know, City on the Edge of Forever? What's the name of this town? Gotsid. Alright. Ender it is. Well, we have to sleep in order for the shop to open. Whatever. Not a bad thing, just, you know, whatever. I mean, you know when you're coming to this channel, at no point are you interacting with someone that's good at video games. I just love these video games. I'm not good at them. You want to watch someone that's good at Dragon Quest IV, you'd be watching S Cardinality. Or that speedrunner from Japan, because it's in Japanese characters I can't pronounce it, but I'm following him, so you should see who I follow if you can do that. I don't know, can you see who else someone follows? Anyway. Oh, I'm not gonna... yes. Shield, darkness, there we go. That's absolutely fine. Thank you for watching it for me. Okay. To Elena. Yes. Thank you. That'll be all. Thank you. Okay. Now. And we need to go to... oh, going right past it. Can we get back to it? There it is. Okay, cool. Alright, and we're here in the daytime. And we used up 2 return spells for like 8 apiece for 16. Or maybe 24, I don't know. But either way, 248 to make it up a tower. Like, we're fine. Wish we didn't have to drag Lucy along, though. Okay, so do they have to all be in my inventory? Because Elena has the other piece. Right? because there's the helm, right? Zenithian shield, Zenithian sword. Let me give the Sphere of Silence to Elena. And this is some interesting science either way. So let's give this to Elena. Right? And then have her pass us the Zenithian armor. Right. Now, try this again. We get the same kickback. Maybe.
And something else I should point out is that when the voice from beyond says leave, I don't have any control. The characters simply walk out of the screen and we wind up on the overworld again.
So I guess we have to equip it to get the past the mysterious voice, and then we can actually get in.
So let's do that.
So, Zenithian sword, Zenithian armor, Zenithian shield, Zenithian helm. Now let's try it again.
Well, would you look at that? Alright, all we had to do was make it past the front door, and now we can swap back to everything that's important. So we're gonna go back to the Dragon Killer, because it's got better attack. Wait, does it? 276. Yeah, it does. And then Metal Blamable Armor, which is better. Zenithian Shield and Zenithian Helm. Now there is possibly a better shield out there, but at the time I didn't have the money for it. I think at this point in the game I don't really care. It's like 35,000 or 15,000 or something for that super shield. Let's check the table real quick. It is its armors 50, 30, 12, 60, 45, 45, 55, Zenithian Shield, Shield of Strength in Elfville, the city that's below the World Tree, and it's 13,000 gold, right? But it can only be equipped by the hero, but it's only 40. The Zenithian Shield is 55. The Metal Babel Shield being 60. So if I really wanted to go ham crazy, I would actually have a different shield too, but she's got more than enough HP to make it. What else did they have at that shop? Let's look at that real quick. We have Elfville. Elfville. What's this? Just I'm curious. There were two things in the shop, and I'm just a little curious, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that was the only shield. And earlier in the previous stream, we already went over, either this stream or the previous stream, we went over why the reasons why that wasn't a better idea. I mean, really, the Sword Edge armor is great because it does damage to them if they hit you, but we don't want to be in a position where they even hit us, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. So I just have to get back to the sheet where I was in for our tables. Here we go. Okay, cool. Sorry for the interruption. I'm gonna get back to the gameplay. Whew. Quite a day. Oh, a map, yes. I don't want to be completely lost. Here we go. Now this is a huge dungeon, so let me just stare at this for a second. I know, visually you guys haven't seen anything. Oh, you know what? I'll do you the favor then. Let's see if I can do this. Iridium? May not load the right one. Yeah, you still can't see it. Let's try that. There we go. So if I go like this and scroll down a little and you can see it. Alright, this is where we are. So we start there, right? And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items we can pick up. Dragon Shield. Mysterious Bolero? Some free Mystic Acorns wouldn't hurt, but who would I even give them to? I mean, our MP bank is pretty good. Maybe I just give them to Sophia? Magic Potion would be helpful if there was an end boss, but it's probably just going to be used at some random point instead. Small metal's neat, but it just takes up inventory space. We're not going to leave it behind. We still need to get our 20 for the Metal Battle helmet. But small metals in this game are really more of an inventory inconvenience than they are a benefit. Let's see. So from the start, now it's just assessing our priorities. So from the start, it says... Why is start referenced as 1 on this map? I think I've scrolled down far enough that you can't see who created this map, but these are terrible maps. They just are. Just looking at them. As someone who, if I've never mentioned it, there's a YouTuber called Emperor Tiger Star. He loves cartography and maps more than anything in life. And he is an incredible map maker. For historical purposes, like he goes back and does the research and consults with like libraries and universities, and he comes up with all these incredible maps of the progression of an event, like say like the 100 Years War or whatever. Just, I don't know, I'm picking something off the top of my head. And then he graphs it on, he makes a map in MS Paint. He makes a map and then animates it for every week of the 100 Years War. And like, that's where my brain is, because I'm a very much I bought one of his t-shirts. I'm a very loyal enthusiast of his work, because I desperately love cartography and maps. And I think that's kind of like partially why Dragon Quest sings to me. And what absolutely drives me nuts is that this person who made these maps is bad at making maps. They're mostly accurate. That's not a map, that's a doodle on a napkin. Mostly accurate naps. Maps, you know what I meant. Nara Mara. Hi, baby. New cat came to say hello. Hello, my baby. Hello, baby. You want a kiss? Do you want to kiss the baby? Hello, baby. You want a cookie? I don't want to take another break again. We just took one. I love you, though. Hello, baby. Hello. Hello, my baby. Hello. Good girl. Good girl, my baby. It's fresh food. I just made it. Well, poured it. I didn't make any of this food for you. Oh my god, are you okay? I got a BRB. Hold on. I got a BRB. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I do apologize. The cat seemed to have, she had a piece of kibble and started coughing. As, well, a doting parent like I do. She's fine. She is okay. I'd rather be sure than be wrong. Because unlike some people, I would rather dote on my animals than post videos online and call them stupid.
My baby. My precious.
Ooh, pardon me. Oh, I hit the BRB letters and they're not even on the top of the screen. Oh no, yeah they are. What am I doing? Double Doodles, I'm sorry, I didn't see... Double Doodles, I didn't see your comment in time. I'm thinking you were responding to me checking to make sure the cat was better safe than sorry. Yes, I apologize. Yeah, my sweet little angel, she had a piece of kibble and she started coughing. But she's okay. She seems to be okay. But, oh, now she's going for a drink of water.
You do good, baby.
Yeah. It's hard because new cat is think I mentioned this before too, is New Cat came from... I don't know what her life was like before we adopted her from the shelter, but I know that when we went to visit her in the shelter, she was always hiding. She didn't want to talk to me or the attendants that saw to the cats in the room. She was the cat that always hid in the corner. All the other cats were vivacious and they came over to say hi and they were playing and tussling, but New Cat always hid in the corner. And I knew from my personal experiences in life that when you see a shy animal or a shy person, that odds are they've been through something. So I'm very, very alert to New Cat's needs, as opposed to Road Cat, who I love her to death. She's kind of obnoxious because she never knew fear. She's not even afraid of fire. It's really impressive. She is the bravest cat I've ever known. But New Cat, I don't know what her background was. We got her at 18 months. I don't know what her background was. I do know that she doesn't like yelling. She doesn't like loud noises. She doesn't like when the wind whistles outside of the house. She's not a scaredy cat. She's a very brave little kitty, but she's very worried about predators and very worried about loud voices and things. So I think she may have come from possibly a very loud household, a very negative household, I don't know. Or not even a negative household, but someone didn't cater to her needs as an individual animal and didn't respect that, and so she learned to be afraid of well, everyone really. She doesn't approach anyone in the house other than me, because I hand fed her because she wouldn't eat, she wouldn't leave the box that we brought her home in, nothing. She wouldn't leave anything at all, and it's like, I need to intervene because I need to establish some trust with this animal or it's gonna starve to death. So I stayed with her in the utility room for 3 days until, like, I could hand feed her and show her, like, I'm not going to harm you, it's okay. And I hand fed her for the first 2 days, and then eventually she started to come out of her shell. And I love Road Cat, but Road Cat kind of threw a negative thing into the mix because Road Cat will intentionally get in between me and New Cat, and I don't want that. Like, I appreciate Road Cat's, like, sincerity and dedication, but, like, Road Cat is, I mean, they're both children. They're both intellectually about a 3-year-old's level, per, like, what I found on Google. They're both as intelligent as 3-year-olds. That's as far as cats get, about as intelligent as 3. And I don't want Road Cat to inadvertently, by wanting to assert that, like, I'm important to her, inadvertently assert that New Cat is no longer welcome. So I do try to dote on New Cat as much as I can. On top of the fact that, like, I mean, who knows? That could have been another trip to the emergency room. I might have ended stream right there and drove up to Manalapan or whatever. Wherever hell the vet clinic is. I know it's some freaking GPS, because... Well, when you spend $8,000 on a cat because they love eating string, well, you learn where the emergency vet clinic is. And I'm sure if shit hit the fan, I could make it up there right now, even though there's like 3 inches of snow on the road. Oh, absolutely. And I'm not saying that to brag or to, like, be, you know, like, oh, I treat my cat so well or anything like that. Like, I would say, like, and I've said before on stream, that if something happened with one of my cats or they were really, like, made it clear something was wrong, I would pitch my computer out the window and burn my own house down to make sure my cat is okay. Like, that's just who I am as a person. And that's kind of where, I know you mentioned you only got here a few minutes ago, but thank you for coming by, I certainly appreciate it. Very early on in the stream, I was ranting about someone that posted something online About like, oh, I got some steps for my cat. My cat doesn't understand how my elderly cat doesn't understand to use pet steps. So, you know, look at my stupid cat doesn't understand how to use pet steps. So I put treats on it because this stupid cat. And it's like, that's not how you talk about your cat on an online forum. Your cat's as intelligent as a 3-year-old. It's only ever going to be as intelligent as a 3-year-old child. So if it doesn't understand steps, that's not an it thing, that's a you thing. Don't go online and talk shit on your own animal because you think it should know steps. You've only ever lived in apartments, and you've owned this cat since it was a kitten. It doesn't understand what steps are because you've only ever given it a level surface to play on. But I'm sorry, I'm ranting again, but I was very angry about that earlier. But, like, don't go on an online forum, post a video of your cat, and then call it stupid. I think that's awful. And it makes me question whether or not you're a good pet parent, 1. Whether or not you're good to anyone in your life, 2. Because if you would throw your pet under the bus, the precious thing that means so much to you, under the bus, make a joke at its own expense, I wonder how you treat the people in your life. But anyway, yeah. So, new cat's fine. She had her treat, and she's going off to play. I can hear her in the other room. I just heard her bell. Oh. Oh, forgive me. She's on the way to the litter box. That's it. That's good. She had a little snack. She's going to take care of her business. And then Road Cat is, of course, as always, maintaining patrol. She's under the table. Where was I? Oh, true? Twitch is the extent of my social life, too. I'll be completely honest. When this COVID nonsense blew up, it's like, you know what? I'm shutting everything down. I'm not leaving the house. I don't want to die, because if I die, who's taking care of these 2 little cats that I got in my house? They're gonna wind up in some shelter? I can't tell you how many times I've gone to PetSmart to resupply on food for my cats or food for my gecko, well, all at the same time. Litter for the cats, food for the cats, crickets for the gecko, all at the same time because you don't want to leave the house more than you have to. So I go to PetSmart all at the same time, and I go to PetSmart and it's like, I go to the cat section, it's like, my mom died of COVID and we wound up at the shelter. Please give us a good home. Like, that happened at least 3 times in this last calendar year, because we're almost at a full fucking year now, forgive my language, of this nonsense that has taken so many innocent lives. And it's like the pet parents pass, and the animals wind up either in the shelter or on the street. Thankfully, the ones that have ended up in the shelter, but still, that's a tragedy. True, me, same, once a month, because I gotta get food for the babies, and I gotta get food for the gecko. And like, the gecko is the longest swan song out of this whole thing. That sweet little angel, it's 11 years old, and it should have been like 5. It's fascinating with lizards, because lizards are like, when you look at a mouse, right? You buy a mouse, it says it'll live 1 to 2 years. You look at a cat, it'll be, I don't know, 15 to 20 years, guessing. You look at a dog, and it says 10 to 15. You look, well, depending on the breed. But if you look at a lizard, it's like number plus. Like bearded dragon, 15 plus. Iguana, 25 plus. Or birds, too. Really beautiful parakeet-like birds. Like 105 plus. Like, you have to will those animals off to someone who's going to care for them, right? Lizards and birds are strange creatures, because like a human being, for instance, like we live like, I don't know, 75, 82, like that's the median, right? But like a lizard, it's like 10 plus. It's like party till question marks when it comes to lizards and birds. It's wild. Party till question marks. They're gonna keep going. So anyway, I caught this gecko in a warehouse I used to work at. I dropped a pallet, and when you drop a pallet, usually splinters fly off it. Because, you know, you're stacking pallets, getting them ready to ship back out, right? So I'm stacking pallets, I flip this one pallet, and the wood chips fly off like normal, and then one of the wood chips gets up and runs away. It's like, wait a second, that ain't normal. So I'm a cat, so I chase the damn thing. Turns out it's a damn gecko. So this gecko, right, he's trying to get away. And I'm like doing this like, what do you call it? Like he's trying to run the ball past me, right? So I'm doing this juke, right? So he runs right, and I run right. He runs left, and I run left. And I scoop him up. And it's this tiny little thing that's like 4 grow zones south of here. Like, it is a non-native species. So if I take this little creature and I put it outside, it's gonna fucking die. So I take him home, right? I take him home, I do my online research, I talk to my vet, all this other stuff, and they're like, it's a non-native species, he's skin and bones, you're gonna be lucky if he makes it a week. That was 11 years ago. So I have to get crickets for the gecko, I gotta get food for the cats, and I gotta get scoopable litter for the cats. And I gotta get my food, me food. But I eat Dinny Moore and hot dogs, so it's not like I'm, you know... But anyway, that's that, so... but if you can get your groceries delivered, like, power to you, you know? Because then you don't have to go out at all. If you don't have pets. Do you have the, animal food delivered? Like, do you have something with, what is it, Chewy.com? Do you have something with them we're set up? Or like, I think PetSmart and Petco, like, they're local to me. I don't know what you have out by you. They'll do like a roadside or curbside delivery thing where you can place your order and then you pull up and they just drop it in your trunk and off you go. Oh, that's even better, yeah. If you can find a way to not leave the house, because, like, until everybody can get vaccinated, this stuff is just gonna... I don't even want to get into it. It's gonna get worse. It's like, it feels like every single day for the last 362 days has been, it's going to get worse until it gets better, and that's something that everybody says. And I don't want to fall into that trap, but... Until you can see... Until you can get vaccinated. And I want to get all 3 vaccines, to hell with it. Like, I'll take 7 vaccines. Like, I just want to know I'm not going to die. Because, like, if anything happens to me, what's going to happen to my babies? That's my goal in life. Like, New Cat showed up as a therapy cat so I don't take my own life. Like, I have to worry about her and, like, that she's going to be okay. And it gave me a sense of responsibility that I didn't have before, and that's why she's my therapy cat. And so that's like when I truly hit my darkest moments in my day, if it happens, because I am on a handful of medication, but if it happens, they're my motivation. Like, it's gonna be okay. You have to be okay. You have to make it through. What will happen to us? And they gave us that level, they gave me that level of responsibility where it's like, I need to know that I like, even though I'm having a shitty day, or like my chemical imbalances in my brain from my anxiety, my PTSD, and my bipolar all kicks in at the same time. It's like the cat still needs to eat. You cannot eat, but the cat still needs to eat. And also you need to eat, because if you don't eat today, you need to eat tomorrow to make sure that the cat eats the next day. Like, it's a whole process. That's why she's a therapy cat. So when she had a little choke a minute ago, it's been like 20 minutes, I'm sorry. I should be playing the game. Oh, where were we? Alright, we gotta wing it, we gotta wing it. I've been screwing around too long, we gotta wing it. Alright, let me get rid of Iridium. floor 1. We are looking for 5 chests, and we have to make it all the way up to the top. Am I on disability? No, I am not. I have not looked into that because, on the one hand, I don't want to... I don't want to go that route because there are days where I'm incredibly capable, and there are days when I'm incredibly not. And thankfully, I'm on a balance of medication to where capable is more frequent than not, which is a miracle, by the way. But I like being more capable than not. But I don't honestly know. I've never looked where I fall on the disability scale. I honestly haven't. It's a good point, and I should look into it. I wouldn't know who to check with, though, if I'm being honest. Alright. We're at the start. That's not right. We went in. That says start here on, quote, outside area. Okay. So now we're looking at the first of the second floor. So we have 2 and 3, which goes up to floor 2. Oh god, this is such a maze. I could skip everything and just do this offline. If I go in, and I'm in, and then I go to 2, 2 leads to 7, or I can go all the way up, right? I pop in 8. And then... I don't know. 8 leads to 9 and 10 to 11. 11 leads to... Maybe I should work backwards. Goal to 25, right? 25 leads to... Jesus, this is a big dungeon. 25 leads to 24. 24 leads to... 23, which leads to the outside. 23 leads to 22. That's one way. Alright, whatever. We're gonna wing it. We have the HP. We can wing it. We're just gonna wing it through this whole dungeon, because this is a mess. And I can't trust the map if I'm being 100% honest. We should run from these battles. Make it a little faster. Alright, that's... Wait, is this... Oh, that is floor, okay. Let's see. Up here... Oh, come on. Ooh, fancy. Now we're back on the outside, right? So that's 2, right? And then there's 2 staircases, which lead up to something. I don't know. I just want to get up this place as fast as possible. It's like going farther is faster. Map says I am here, I think, right? There's a way down and a way up. Where am I? Who knows? We're gonna take the stairs up. We're strong enough we can run away. But yeah, before I had, if I'm being completely honest, before I had New Cat come along, I spent months just lying on the floor. Just lying on the floor, not caring about anything. And it was a terrible, terrible, terrible way to live. But that's the thing with depression, is you don't know that you've been lying on the floor for 3 weeks until someone reminds you that, like, bro, it's June. And it's like, June? I thought it was February. Like, that's what depression does. And what frustrates me is people who say things like, oh, well, you're depressed. Well, why don't you just get in a happy mood? Why don't you just feel better? And it bothers me because, like, the education is out there, but the ignorance is still so prevalent. It's like, you don't understand that. Oh, it's a damn dead end. Well, we found something at least. We found a dead end. It bothers the hell out of me that people don't grasp that anything outside of their own understanding is not a valid possibility for existence. Like, there are people that are dangerous, there are people that are suicidal, there are people that are depressed, there are people that are abusive. Like, all of these things are potentially signs of mental illness, and because our society exists the way it does, and has for so many years, where it's like, well, if you're depressed, just shake it off, just walk it off, don't talk about it, don't do anything about it, you know, be a man, all that crap. All it does is feed into people's disability, and it makes it harder than it already is. So it's like, when you talk to a depressed person and they're like, well, I can't do any better. And it's like, well, you should. Just stand up, be a man, do something about it. Come on. Shake it off, walk it off. And it's like, well, I can't do that. Well, why can't you do that? What are you, some sort of sissy? And it's like, this is the America that I've grown up in. And it's like, it doesn't benefit anyone with mental illness to have this kind of nonsense being spouted to them all throughout high school and through society and through social media. And it's like, just man up, get over it. And it's like, no, I have problems, bro. And there are so many people that do. It's not just me. I'm not trying to throw a pity party for me. I'm trying to say that there are like so many venues through which, or not venues through which, aspects through which that people can really be suffering, and other people that aren't in that position refuse to empathize with it. And it makes me angry. I'd rather be angry than depressed, if I'm being honest. Anger motivates me pretty good, but hey, we made it. I was screwing around and we made it. What's up here? Hey, there we go. We got a cloud. We got a fluffy cloud. We go off in a fluffy cloud like nothing ever happened. This is me right after I take my medicine. We made it. And now we can teleport back here, which is important. If we can cast return and come back here, then we don't have to worry about another thing. We just gotta get Nara back in the party, and we're ready to go. Lucia, thanks to you, I'm back in Zenithian Castle. I have to let everyone know I'm back. I'll see you later. Okay, have a great time. I'm happy you made it. I hope your wings heal. You gonna get that bandaged at all? Alright, well, here we are. If I cast return, just to check if I have this in my inventory, I have to cast return. So I'll cast Zenithian Castle again. Whatever. This is Zenithian Castle. This is the Dragon Master's, excuse me. This is Master Dragon's castle. Mr. Dragon, Dr. Agon. Hello. What's happening? Ominous clouds are covering the earth. Well, Satan's coming back. I gotta punch him in the throat, so, yeah. I apologize, Doodles, if I ranted too much. I'll give you the dew of the world tree. Sweet, we got 2. It's a little mini demon, isn't it? Oh, look at him. Is that a mini demon? Turn my way, fellow. I block you. Oh no, he's just doing a loop. Poor little guy. I think it is a mini demon, though. Because in 6 it was a little kid. In 5 it was some random person, but in this version in 4 it's actually a little mini demon. I think he's a mini demon. Yeah, I think he's got a fork. So do you jump over to SNES for DQ5 after this? Yeah, I've actually come up with a pretty good game plan. It's actually behind OBS right now, I can't see it. We're gonna do SNES 5, we're gonna do SNES 6, and then we're gonna jump to PlayStation 7. Because I have them for the DS versions too, but the DS versions honestly tax my ancient laptop. So we're going to do the oldest versions possible, A, so I don't melt my processor, and B, so we can see what the actual experience the original player would have seen. So seeing, like, for instance, in this one, child me thought the graphics looked like garbage, and so never finished the game. Child me was an idiot because this is a beautiful game. So we're gonna play 5 for the SFC version. We're going to do 6 SFC version, and then we're going to go to PSX version of 7. And then I have to, but that's 3 games away. I have to figure out what we're doing for 8 and 9, but that's down the road, thankfully. But after 6, I will say, we're going to do SFC 5, SFC 6. We're going to do GBC, Dragon Warrior Monsters, if you've heard of that title. Apparently, it was derived as a, or excuse, not derived, it was mocked as a Pokemon clone, although Dragon Quest V kind of gave the Pokemon creators the idea they were looking for to make Pokemon. We're going to do, after 5 and 6, we're going to do Game Boy Color, because that's the NA version. We're going to, or North America version, we're going to do Dragon Quest Monsters 1, and then depending on how well that goes, because I'm terrible at that type of game, we might do 2, and we would pick, I think her name is Tara's Adventure, because there's Dragon Quest Monsters 2 is the boy's adventure and the girl's adventure, and apparently they are slightly different. So we're going to try out the girl's adventure, and then after that we would be getting to 7. But now we're talking about probably about 800 hours down the road. That's pretty far, but that's the game plan. That's where I am right now. And he is definitely locked in an LR loop, so I think he is not going to turn to us, but I'm fairly confident that's a mini demon sprite. We talk? Yeah, we talked to him already. Ooh. Search? Ugh. More room I don't have in my inventory. Oh no. I still got room. Now this is the key thing right here. We're gonna give it 1 second to have a quick vape hit. Right? This might be a key moment. It isn't a DS version. Just gonna give it 1 second. One thing I like about the DS version is after that line of dialogue, she says, "I don't understand why I'm crying, but I am." And, for those of you that don't know, I'm an orphan child. I was abandoned on a doorstep at 18 months. And for decades, I blame my mother, my biological mother, for abandoning. How could she do that? How could she choose to do that to her own child? And I know, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know what her circumstances were. I don't know why she could have come to have made that decision. I don't know what could motivate someone to do that. And I harbored a lot of anger toward her for many years. The reason why this line gets to me should be pretty apparent based on what I just said. But what really solidified it for me is one day at my old job, like 20 years ago, I was working with someone who came from the country I came from, and explained to me very succinctly, "No, Six, your mother loved you. What you don't understand about our home country," because he and I were both from the same home country, "what you don't understand about our home country is that it is third world, and unwanted babies go in the river. That your mother left you at a doorstep instead of throwing you in the river meant that she actually really did love you, and for whatever reason gave you the best chance she could. That's why this particular Dragon Quest game sings to me on a level I don't think I can properly explain. And that day, when he told that to me, I did cry for about an hour while I was on the clock. I should have lost my job. But understanding why, and understanding the options that she had in front of her, it changed a lot that day. And that's why I can be such a malevolent asshole about when it comes to people treating kids bad, or when it comes to people starving in the street, or people freezing to death in their homes, or cats that are left outside of the Fukushima disaster. Like, that's why orphans and abandoned things and precious angels mean so much to me. Was not just from my upbringing, but from just the happenstance conversation I had with my coworker 17 years ago. All of that added together to who I am now. And this game fucks with my head in a way that is kind of a good thing, because anytime I come across this particular dialogue, it reminds me, more than I already know on a daily basis, even though that she had to give me up, how lucky I am to be where I am now. And then I'll never know her name, I'll never know her circumstance, and I'll never know what happened to her. But that she really did give a shit. And for whatever reason, Zenith Dragon in his wisdom for this character chose to make her forget that she left Sophia in the human world. Probably the most real this stream is ever gonna get. But what I know for sure is that the babies they don't want ended up in the river, and I'm not wet right now. So the stars aligned, I guess. Oh my god, they call them children. Something that's important that happens in translation from Japanese to English is that frequently when they refer to babies, they refer to kittens, they refer to stray dogs, they refer to stray animals, they use some sort of wording that invokes the word children, so when it pops up in a translator, it comes up as my precious child, my precious baby. So when I see these accounts that say, because they're all trap and release or rescue accounts that I follow on Twitter in Japan, when they say, it's my precious child, and to see it now in this translation, it's a little much. It's a little much. I gotta take a BRB, I'm sorry. Okay. I apologize, it's just... This one gets to me on a, like, primordial level. So... If anyone's still out there and listening, I apologize for the inconvenience. This one hits really hard for me. It's, no one's fault but mine, and I apologize if I've been a bad broadcaster as a result, but some things hit a little close to home for me, and, being abandoned is definitely one of them. Or, due to circumstances, being obligated to is one of them, so... Sorry. It should just be a silly game we're playing. Maybe I'll get to that point someday. But, there are definitely points in 4 that really hit hard for me. But yes, we'll be doing 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then we'll be doing Dragon Warrior Monsters for the Game Boy Color, which looks absolutely adorable for having tested it just to see if it'll run. Looks absolutely adorable, and we'll move on from there. I hope I didn't make too much of an ass out of myself by explaining things. I apologize. It seems a few people may have left chat over it. I'm sorry. Games are art, and they're supposed to invoke emotion. I don't think they're supposed to invoke as much emotion as I just went through, but, art is supposed to evoke emotion. And when you have something that's interactive and as deeply immersive as this is, a video game is, that, especially a long-form game like an RPG like this is that you can really become committed to it. And if you suspend your disbelief enough, their struggles and their adventures are very real, and it is designed to evoke certain emotions. And, I mean, I'm certainly not the only one, but I imagine there are many people who are very struck by this game for the deeper themes that it has. But, at any rate, I still, I do apologize for getting a little overly emotional. That wasn't necessary, but here we are. So we've spent the better part of 2 hours with me just ranting about how I feel. So we'll actually get back to playing the goddamn game. And we have a baby dragon, just like that. Baby dragon. Baby dragon. Baby dragon. I called your wagon here with Baron's horn. Baron's horn? I called your wagon here with Baron's horn, and we got 2 people on the counter here. What's we got? Fine, fine. I took the other one. Reported that Necrosaro built barriers to protect the secret of evolution. To stop him, the barriers must be broken. Yes, fair. Good luck. Okay. Did you know there's barriers? Anyway, have a great time. Some help that was. Alright, okay, it was terrifying. The evil undulation rose from the earth beneath us and then penetrated the clouds. Which explains the hole. Do I cast return? Do I check? Let's check. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Alright, Bronchi Endor, Bonmalmo, Anu, November, Mintos the Freshmaker, Soretta, Kilion, Havel, Mambarbarbarbarbar, Centime, Stancia, Berland, Ismit, Gardenburg, Roseville, Deer Palace, full of deer, Aktemtol, Dragonhead Island, and Zenithia. Okay, so Zenithia is a travelable location. Now the thing is, that's the damn menus in this game. I can't back out. So we'll just pick Zenithia and see what happens. I probably moved like 12 tiles to the left. Yeah, I did. Alright, here we are. Hello again. What's in here? Did I go in here first? I did go in here first. So we've done everything, and we did the outside, which is down where she is. We need to get to that hole, right? I don't know how many hundreds of years it's been since wingless people came here. Well, I don't know, you hide in this place in the sky, so... Oh, stairs. Alright, let's see who's in here then. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, well. Let's see. Yeah? Method to distort the natural evolutionary... Okay, so now this is an important part of dialogue, because now we're saying it's not in the DS version where it's like, it's simply evolution, 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 because evolution is a natural process. Adaptation and evolution are natural processes. This line right here, the secret of evolution is a method to distort the natural evolutionary process. So, what we're saying, what this book is saying, per this person, per this translation of the game, is telling us is that the particular process of evolution, that is the secret of evolution, which is what Necrosauros Sorrow is using, and that Usturk at one point used, is an abomination upon the natural evolutionary process. And that's very flippin' different from what I took from the DS version. In the DS version, they didn't really stipulate. As a matter of fact, what I took from the DS version, and I could be wrong, and feel free to correct me if there's anyone in chat, feel free to correct me, that the evolutionary process that they laid out in the DS remake of this game was that Usturk accelerated evolution. He didn't mock it, he didn't warp it or distort it or anything. He simply was using evolution and became a monster. A more powerful monster became Usturk. Usturk being the pinnacle of evolution. And that, like, they were making a case that evolution was bad, and I didn't like that theme. And once again, if anyone has evidence to prove otherwise, please, we can talk about this now, or we can talk about it anytime you like. Feel free to shoot me a whisper or whatever, or a DM or whatever the hell they are called on this website, because in the DS version there isn't this dialogue that's made to discern between the two, that Necrosauros is distorting something from the quote-unquote natural order, versus in the DS version where evolution is bad. Anybody? Anybody? Or was I? Through the use of this method, unnatural beings are created. See, now that's it too. Through the use of this method with the gold bracelet and the magicry which Usturk the First used, this method of unnatural beings may be created. They're making it very clear in this translation that something different than what would have been, were it not interfered with, was created. But I don't know that they did this in the DS version. In the DS version, it really felt like they were throwing evolution under the bus and just throwing Christianity up there as the greatest good, and I don't know. But then that line, the secret of evolution is the source of all evil things. So it almost but then that dialogue, it almost sounds like they're trying to portray, I'm sorry, I bought my microphone. They're trying to make it sound like evolution is evil. The idea, the concept, the thought, the theory of evolution is evil. I don't know. Because, like, dialogue A, second sentence, third sentence, right? That's one thing. And then this sentence, the fourth sentence, doesn't jibe with the rest. Is that why the translation in the DS version is so awkward and kind of says that evolution is evil? Like, what's going on here? It must not be handed down to the future generations. Bury it deep underground. Okay. So saith the book. So if we accept that the secret of evolution... Now let's take a step back. Maybe it's a slight misnomer. That the secret of evolution isn't necessarily that it's the secret of evolution, but a process, right? what's the word for a corruption? That's a word, a corruption. If it was the corruption of evolution rather than the secret of evolution, a corruption of evolution. So they could have swapped out the word the secret for corruption. So Estark the First, Estark in later versions, learned the corruption of evolution. Right? And still, that's arbitrary, because what's good and evil? Learned the corruption of evolution, right? So the Zenith Dragon had to seal Estark the First underground, because the secret of, the corruption of evolution needed to be sealed away because it wasn't beneficial to... What's the greater good? I was about to say, wasn't beneficial to the greater good, but define greater good. The ruling class in America says that if you're white and you're affluent and you're above 40, then you're the only people that matter. But at the same time, I would argue that there are other people in the world who might not be those three things that are important, who just as much right to live as anyone else. So, are we looking at a classist thing that's going on to where we have to really question where on the scale the Zenith Dragon actually is, as far as chaotic good and lawful evil, or you know what I mean, the standard D&D, what used to be the standard D&D pattern. Because if we're just trying to maintain a status quo, sure, we're lawful, but we might be evil. If we're saying that monsters, especially in Sorrow's case, monsters are simply trying to get a chance to be equal with others, that's a valid argument. They should be equal. Because according to this very game, there are monsters you fight and monsters that don't fight with you. Much like in Wizardry 1, you run into a group of 3 orcs. The 3 orcs are friendly. Do you attack? You can choose no. If you choose yes, you become more evilly aligned. If you choose no, you maintain your good alignment. As a matter of fact, in those games, you can start out as an evil character, right? But if you consistently make good choices, you can start out with the more powerful classes, but become a good character at the end of the game. So you can be an evil mage, but by the end of the game, be a good mage, or whatever the hell that I don't understand wizardry entirely, I'll be honest with you. But you can end up as a good character in an evil class like Ninja. You can end up as a good character if you just make the right moral choices. They want nothing to do with you, so you don't fight them. But if you instigate the fight, you're evil, right? So we have to factor that into this whole bullshit with Dragon Quest IV. Where does good and evil lie? Now, since we are the protagonists, we're intended to understand that we are the quote-unquote good guys, right? But at the end of the game, or at the end game, we are battling all these monsters on the way. Some are just wildlife, and they would eat us anyway, like a random bear. Or, in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about monsters that would oppose us because we are ideologically differed from them. But if we're ideologically opposed, does that necessarily mean we should kill each other? That's a greater that's a greater discussion I think we have to have about this game. About the ideology that they're kind of putting out to us. That is evolution evil, or is the corruption of evolution evil, depending on the translation. Are monsters evil, or are they just other creatures and sometimes they're hostile? Like, I wouldn't argue a puma is evil, but if a puma encountered me in a forest and it was hungry, and I'm a tasty, squishy human because I'm both of those things. Is the puma evil for saying, hey, that little fat fuck looks tasty? Like, I can't blame the puma. I'm an easy kill. And he's gonna eat good. But if we're saying that these lines are very gray, which I think is vitally important to a discussion of culture and society and morality, is that these lines are in fact very gray. So the puma isn't evil, but the puma does need to eat, and I am a giant chicken nugget, right? So the puma isn't evil. There are pumas in the Dragon Quest universe. We call them slimes, we call them hoimies, we call them Darth Bears, we call them, I don't know, Slime on the Sea, what's his name, Manowar. We call them evil. We have to fight them, we have to kill them, but maybe they're hungry, right? So we make the mistake of going on the water, right? So if I went to the Bahamas, right? I jumped overboard, right? And my buddy's chumming the water because he's a jerk. So he gets all the sharks, the tigers especially. He gets the tiger sharks all whipped up. The bull sharks all whipped up. And I'm in the ocean. Can I blame the shark for wanting to bite me? No. The shark isn't evil. It's just hungry. So like the little cats that I have in my house today, they're great ancestors, right? So these ancestors, right? These primordial puma cats, saber-tooths, they gonna eat me, right? So am I gonna blame the primordial saber-tooth that's gonna eat me, or am I gonna acknowledge that it is simply an animal and it is going to eat me, right? So it has neither good nor evil in its heart. It knows only that it's hungry, right? So if we're gonna say the secret evolution or the corruption of evolution is evil, who's to define what corruption is or isn't? Yes, I know I just said 10 minutes ago there was a distinction between the existence of evolution and the corruption of evolution. Who's to define corruption? If he speeds it along and becomes super monster level 99, but he's doing it, what's his reasoning? What's his reasoning? Now we know that Sorrow was wronged, in theory. We know that he was wronged because Rose? Was it Rose? Damn it, the elf girl in a tower. He locked, and like Sorrow has a couple of fucking problems with his linear storyline. He took Rosa away, he hid her in a tower to protect her, but took away her basic freedoms to hide her in a tower to protect her from an evil humanity. Like, I don't know, that's a little messy to me. That's a little messy. Hid her away in a tower, and then because he wasn't willing to dote on her, like, you could argue if he was going to take that level of responsibility he should have, or if he was going to do that in the first place he shouldn't have. He still bears a level of responsibility, and per the game, only 2 people are allowed to get into where she is, which is 1, Sorrow, when he blows the, what is it, the whistle of awakening, whatever the hell it is, that shows the staircase, and then when we do it later on to go and talk to Rosa personally. So either A, he shouldn't have let that flute go by the wayside, or B, if there was more than one of the flute, he should have been on top of that and stayed with her. He's off raising an army and doing whatever. Yeah, I know, he wants to wipe out the human race and, you know, all this other stuff. Shouldn't he be watching out for her? Like, if his motivation is, they've done something wrong to Rose, I need to protect Rose, I need to keep Rose close and safe, as opposed to, Rose, you wait here at the 7-Eleven, don't go inside, I'll be back in 10 minutes, and then just disappears for 3 hours. And then Rosa stabbed outside in front of the 7-Eleven because she was standing there. Like, where's Sorrow's, you know, responsibility to this situation? I don't know, I feel like there's something to be thought about there. Like, Sorrow, even though he, quote-unquote, thinks he's making the best decision for monsters, or anything that isn't human, which is monsters, elves, dwarves, pixies, fairies, he's making the right decision in his head, he's still making shitty decisions. Because he takes the girl, takes away her freedom, locks her up in the tower, doesn't do anything to protect her, other than a magical flute. And apparently someone else can replicate it because I had the flute and someone still broke into that tower. If I have the flute and it's a magical flute, then no one else should be able to get into that tower. But I had the flute and someone made it into the tower. I don't know, maybe they built a ladder. But someone made it into that tower and took Rose, and maybe she's dead, I don't know. It doesn't, there are things that, and this is going with the plot, but there are things that don't make sense in Sorrow's actions, even though he's quote-unquote trying to do the right thing, and you're quote-unquote supposed to sympathize with him at some point in the story, because he's quote-unquote just trying to do right by Rose. It doesn't make sense. And I don't mean to call out a game like this, but it doesn't make sense, because, like, I'm the first one that says suspend your disbelief, but I'm in-universe and it doesn't make sense. If Sorrow wanted to do right by her, he would stay by her side, not leave her in a tower locked up where anyone could get to her and then go dick off with his buddies down, you know, northwest of Riverton. If he really wanted to be honest, be like, hey guys, we're gonna have our next union meeting, we're gonna have it up in Roseville, because I had to stay close to her to make sure nobody fucks around with anything. Because the humans just snuck in and took her. But he didn't do that. And now we're here. Rosa's dead. Sorrow's angry. Now we gotta kill a guy that didn't do anything wrong. Well, apostrophe. Asterisk, forgive me. Asterisk, not apostrophe. A guy that meant well, but did everything wrong. So now we gotta clean up his mess. We gotta clean up his mess, we gotta murder him. We gotta clean up his mess, we gotta, you know, figure out what's going on with his dead girlfriend. All this, and we gotta collect the Zenithian shield, armor, helmet, and, sword, just to go and clean up this whole mess, because some guy found a golden armlet and decided he wanted to wipe out humanity because somebody upset his girlfriend. Like, this is where we are in this game? So there are things that just don't make sense in this game, which is the opposite of where we were 40 minutes ago when they were doing such a beautiful job telling an immaculate story, telling something that motivated me on my personal level so hard that I needed to take a BRB to go cry in the sink for 10 minutes, versus where we are right now to where Sorrow's just an ass because he couldn't be better written. Like, how do we go from those two dichotomies? From so beautifully written, it makes an orphan cry, to this isn't written for shit, Sorrow's an ass. I need a glass of water. Yeah, I know, stories aren't perfect, I get it. Where are we at? 2.5 hours? 2 hours and 40 minutes? I'll vape on, who cares? I know I have a few lurkers, which I greatly appreciate. Is there anyone actively in chat right now? Anybody? 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 Throwing it out there? Curious? No? Okay. Just checking, just checking. Not that I don't appreciate lurkers. Lurkers are, and I am a notorious lurker at this point. Lurkers are a desperately important part of this community. And if you, and I think speaking from someone who has anxiety disorder, if you don't feel the need to interact because you'd rather just be silent and observe, that's absolutely fine. 1000% absolutely fine. But this is a safe space so long as you A, aren't bad to animals, B, aren't bad to other humans, and well, really that's about it. So long as you're not bad to humans and you're not bad to animals, not in that order. Yeah, feel free to interact if you're ever interested. Ask questions or whatever, you know, I'm here. I got, you know, nothing better to do than to play Dragon Quest until COVID ends. And I say it like there's an endpoint, but there isn't an endpoint with a virological infection. It's just, holy crap. Like, I learned today, and we'll have another me moment for a moment, who cares? It's my VOD, we'll do whatever we want. When viruses mutate, right? And I learned this just the other day. Apparently, 1% of all the genetic code that you as a human being carry, boy or girl, or in between, or however you choose to identify, 1% of your genetic code is where you started from. Who you ended up as is of course up to you, and how you identify is of course up to you, but when you were initially started, the to-do list, 1% defines human. And I learned this the other day, that 8% of that code is virus. Inactive, dormant virus. Completely inactive. 1% out of our like let's say there's 100 bits, right, in our genome, right? Let's just arbitrarily, ones or zeros. 100, right? I know I'm fucking up the math at this point, but 100 ones or zeros, right? Whether that last 1 or 0 is you, the rest of that is primordial creature. But 8%, right? 8 of those 1s or 0s is virus, which is fascinating study in virology, because apparently we've, as a species, as a creature, as a being on this planet, have been infected with so many pandemics that we're carrying a latent 8% of our genome is a virus, inactive, but a virus. And the reason why viruses replicate and mutate is because they infect a host cell and immediately, through protein acclimation, I guess is a good word to put it, through protein acclimation, find some old code somewhere from a previous virus, adapt it, right? Include it into their next replication. And that's how a strain mutates. Into a more virulent strain, into a more spreadable strain, into a more deadly strain is from the latent code that one human being could already have. So we see pop-up cells of more dangerous strains that have happened at least 3 times in under a year, because it hasn't been a year yet. In under a year of this being a global pandemic, under a year, has found a human being on 3 separate occasions gone into their genetic code and say, hey, this is a beneficial piece of artifact of viral DNA that hasn't been used in 100 million years from a great ancestor that was a lizard. But we're going to take it and we're going to mutate with it and we're going to run with it. And then you see secondary, tertiary outbreaks that have been happening all across the globe. And I will freely admit that America slopped it up. The United States fucked it up and made it worse for everyone. Island continents like New Zealand could say, screw you guys, nobody's coming in, nobody's going out, send emails, don't care. The rest of the world, America being the epicenter, there was what was it, a Yakko's meme where he goes through and says, this country, that country, this country, that country, this country, that country, da 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 da, this country, that country, this country, that country, da 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 da. And it was a funny joke back when China had 8,000 cases. That meme disappeared when America shot past 8,000 cases. Shot past 80,000 cases. Surpassed 400,000 cases. The United States of America, which liked to brag that was the pinnacle of American society, that was the pinnacle of human society, the pinnacle of democratic society, bragged that it was the greatest thing, America first, we're the greatest thing that could have ever lived, that could have ever been, Sparta. And we have, damn it, we're racing to 500,000 dead. And other countries are looking at us like, bro, what? You lost 500,000 people? Yo, I got 8 billion. I lost 20,000. There's a disparity there. And it comes into the greater discussion only because, and I'm only bringing it up because I've lost friends. I haven't lost family, but only because I don't talk to my family. They could be dead, I don't know. I've only lost friends, but that's still proxy enough for me, motherfucker, that people I chose to include in my circle are dead. Because a virus that we had to keep going because commerce, because like the telemarketing thing, the Zooming thing, the send an email thing has been around since 1978. I don't have to fly to Phoenix to talk to some rep, to talk to a deal, to talk to a dude. I don't have to vacation out to the Poconos to sneeze on somebody that's in the spa with me. Like, all these things could have been prevented. But humans are societal, stupid animals. Like, the reason why you keep your pets indoors is because they could be exposed to viruses, parasites, predators. Like, I know from having talked to my friends in New Mexico that you can't let your little dogs outside because your little dogs will be taken by hawks. Hi, baby. Come here. You're important in this conversation. You're a fighter, but you're a little thing. Did you know that if you lived in New Mexico or Arizona or one of those other arid states, that a hawk could come along, sitting on my chest, could take you and eat you because you are a prey animal, you are a middle tertiary animal, and you could be eaten, and that would not be good because I love you. And that's why I keep you inside, because you are a middle tier predator. You eat bugs, you eat rats, you eat mice, but a falcon would happily make a meal out of you. And that's why I keep you inside, because you have, and I will look you in the eyes for this, you have the mind of a 3-year-old child, and you don't know what will keep you safe. Therefore, I keep you inside so you don't get eaten by a predator, which is probably a dog. Dogs. So you don't get eaten by a predator, because I love you. Just like I wouldn't let my 3-year-old child run around on I-95 because it would be a bad idea. Oh, it's safe. And I get such a kick out of the drive like your kids lived here. And it's some little shithead silhouette with reflective and a flag. Drive like your kids lived here. Guess what? Nobody gives a shit about your kids. They only give a shit about their kids. That's the problem with America. That's the problem with any society that's in a position of power. They only give a shit about their kids that are already going to elite Ivy League schools. That's right. You want to go to Harvard, baby? Don't you want to go to Harvard, baby? According to my friends, I can fake you a social and you can go to Harvard. Would you like to go to Harvard, baby? I just have to write you a good entry letter. Yes, I do. All right. Where'd he go? So angry. I'm so angry at everything. If there are enough loopholes that my cat can graduate from Harvard, there are enough problems with society to where and to not get banned, I'll simply say ruling class can get away with the shit they're doing. We're digging deep tonight, kids. I hope you were ready. I could fake a lot of documentation, nonsense. My cat could get a doctorate faster than I could. I'm human, that's a cat. Tired of everything. Ban me, I don't even care anymore. So saith the book. Sorry, hiccups. Sorry. And again, this line comes down to interpretation. Secret of or corruption of... Excuse me. Corruption of evolution. We'll try this again. It comes down to a translation thing. Secret of or corruption of evolution. If you say corruption, well, that's a little sticky. If you say secret of, that's kind of exclusionary. And I am going after the original writers, not just the translators for this. It's a secret of evolution. Like, what does it mean? Because you constantly say secret of, and you say it in the DS version too. The secret of evolution. What the fuck is the secret of evolution? That like one species is supposed to make it one species and all the rest aren't? What the fuck? Secret of evolution? The hell does that mean? You got a cheat code on this shit? You're gonna game genie the rest of the fucking planet for 4.5 billion years till the sun burns out? I should end stream. I've had enough. And look, here again, we see that the evolution, right? The golden fucking bracelet. It all hinges on the golden fucking bracelet. What is this item? Where did it come from? Who made it? Why did they make it? Where did it come from? Was it stolen from humans? Did the elves make it? Did the fae make it? Did the dwarves make it? We don't have these fucking answers. Did Stark made it? Was it the legendary golden ring? We don't fucking know. And just, that's it. That's it. That's the end of the dialogue. That's all we got. There was a magical golden bracelet. Is it was supposed to be some like jerking off to the Lord of the Rings? That there was some magic golden ring that we should have known about from the beginning? And so somebody had a thing, what did a thing, what did a thing? And suddenly Stark has returned and we gotta go kick his ass? What are you doing here, Dragon Quest V? 4. Where am I even? Jesus Christ. Makes me so freaking mad is that they leave it just vague enough to make me angry. But, oh, it's a secret of evolution. It's a corruption of evolution. Because I could buy it if it's a Metroid Prime kind of thing, where it's like the Chozo, and there was a meteorite impact, there was a mysterious goo, and it started screwing everything up, and everything went wrong. Yeah, I got that. Oh, okay. And then there was a thing, and stuff happens, and then the Chozo die off. And then there's, in Metroid Prime, we gotta fight the Metroid who was fused with the goo, and then it became this super strange-looking creature that's kind of like a stag beetle and a spider at the same time. We gotta punch him in his red eyes, punch him in the neck, and then, that's the end of the game. We punch him and he dies. But oh no, at the end of the game, they pull the Phazon suit out of us. We're left with the Maria suit. And then, Varia, we're left with the Varia suit. And then, this mysterious creature just goes back into the, into the center of the earth, wherever he was. And then, there's Metroid 2, and then there's Metroid 3. Yeah, it's like, can we not just tell a beautiful story and leave it at that? And I know I'm playing through the Dragon Quest series while I'm saying this. Can we not just tell a beautiful story and leave it at that? And I know there's a reason why they did Zenithian, where they did the Loto trilogy and the Zenithian trilogy, and then whatever the fuck happens after this, because we ain't played it yet. But we gone through it. We gone through 1 through 3. We gone 1 through, what is this, 4? So we still gotta play 5 and 6. Ugh. Alright, so we gotta still play 5 and 6. But the Zenithian trilogy and all this crap. But Estark isn't the bad guy, because he's, just trying to do the right thing. It's like, where's this moral ambiguity that's coming from? On the one hand, it's like, Sophia is supposed to be, she was persecuted, her mother and father were killed, her best friend were killed, and we gotta go through all this to somehow make it better. Fine, whatever. We gotta make it all better. Gotta grind all this shit, grinding metal babbles like I did offline. I'm like, easily 90 hours into this game, and you've only seen 20 of it. We gotta grind all this shit offline, grind the shit online, just to get to the point where we can get to the Zenithian castle and then go punch Pissarro in the throat. But why are we even doing all this? If you get to the end game, you get Pissarro in your party. Well, that breaks the lore even more. I'm done. Good night.